Hey guys, how are you? I know it's been a minute, but a lot was going on. If you do hear loud thunder in the background, it is storming outside. It is raining. I just wanted to see how y'all was doing. I know I missed y'all, so I hope y'all missed me too. But I'm just now recently, I returned from the UAE, the United Arabs Emirates, after a nice, lovely week of vacation there. It was amazing. I do have more videos that I'd like to show y'all. I'll probably put it in shorts, or if you want, I'll probably make longer videos because there's different audiences. Some people just want to see short clips. Other people want to just see the whole thing. Me, I'm the type that if I like to listen to you, or you're giving wisdom, or you're sharing something, I like to listen to the whole thing. That's just me. I know how to filter out what I don't need versus keep what I need. You know what I'm saying? So I could not sleep. I just ended up waking up. Next thing I know, it started storming. But anyways, so I just wanted to talk to y'all and let y'all know that, it is just amazing. I feel very recharged and refreshed. That vacation was very, very needed. And so I want to encourage y'all, do not feel guilty when you need a break. There are people who are just working so hard, whether it's 1, 2, 3 jobs, and you were just trying to, make ends meet. Bills are every month, rent is every month, utilities, food, gas. Nothing has really gone down, but it has stabilized to some degree. You feel me? But and that's good, but let's face it, we could use them prices coming back down. You feel me? But in the meantime, every day you should be just grateful. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like when people complain, there's a difference between complaining and actually resolving, like a problem solver, basically, solving the problem. When you talk to people, or people talk to you about their problems, and you give them a solution, one of two things is going to occur. They're going to take your advice and actually seek resolution to the problem, or they are going to ignore your resolution because they prefer to be in the drama of the problem, the chaos of bad decision making. As you know, life is out of our control. So therefore, when things don't go your way, it is what it is. So at the end of the day, just be mindful of the energy that you basically are around, because everybody's energy ain't for you. You know what I'm saying? You'll know what it is, because if you get on the phone with this individual and you start feeling tired out the blue, and then when you end the call with them, all of a sudden your energy just spikes back up to its original state. Or you talk to this individual and your mood, you might feel irritated, moody. If you were content, comfortable, joyful, anything like that, and then all of a sudden your mood takes a turn. Now you're like upset, sad, whatever. You did an emotional transfer, whether you realize that or not. This is why you have to be careful. This is why I personally do not like to entertain gossip, because one person coming to me about someone else, that person, I can observe them for myself. If they have not mistreated me, I have no ill will towards them or anything bad to say about them. However, I'm observant enough to understand that just because you treat me well, you also can mistreat someone else. So someone else's experience of them is different from mine. It does not make my experience wrong or that other person's experience wrong. Both are very valid and both are very true. And me being a Libra, I know this so well. Every Libra out there knows this well. We have a lovely side and we got that dark side. Many people flip out and don't know how to react when a Libra goes dark. And I mean, that darkness is nothing that nobody wants to feel, because we are the most loving in the zodiac. We love relationships. We love talking to people. This is why people mistake Libras for being so flirty. And it's not even being flirty. We are just great conversationalists. We are mentalists. We literally live in an airy realm in our heads. So I don't care what nobody say. It be pissing me off when people be like, you're overthinking a situation. Baby, I have never once overthought a damn thing and was wrong about it. Like, literally, I'm consciously right now having a conversation in real time. Later on, my subconscious, because remember, we have a subconscious mind. That subconscious mind is a tape recorder, okay? It is an audio recorder. It is your surveillance. It is seeing everything, listening to everything. So later on, after the interaction is over, only then, sorry y'all, I got some food. I Uber eat it because it's raining. So the notification popped up that they're on their way. What was I talking about? Oh, that's what I was saying. So yeah, when people be like, oh, you're overthinking, it's like, no, I'm not. My conscious mind hears what it hears and sees what it sees. My subconscious mind is what is the great detective, the Sherlock Holmes of Sherlock Holmes, okay? The cops, the FBI, the CIA, that's the subconscious mind. And if we're going to take it even a step further, intuition, your gut, God's given spiritual intel to let you know, hey, pay attention to this, pay attention to that. Because even though someone is smiling in your face, even though, it's great conversation, you consciously, are not bothered, or you're not picking up on it. Trust me when I tell you, your magnetic aura, which extends 3 to 5 feet outside of your body, it picks up on their aura field. Have you ever been able to kind of have like telepathy to be able to read that person's minds, or their mind, or their thoughts? I can't tell you how many times this happens to me. I do it with my relatives and my close friends all the time. Somebody will be in emotional distress and they will cross my mind out the freaking blue, right? And then I'll just send them a check-in text. I'll be like, hey, I was just thinking about you. I hope everything's good, yada, yada, yada. Get back to me when you can, because I respect that life is lifing for everybody. I do not have a demand or a command, because see, that's the Libra in me. I love freedom. I love space. I get to you in 5, 10, 15 business days or on my time. No one controls my time except me. So I respect that in other people. If you get back to me 2 weeks later, cool, that's fine. But in that 2 weeks, I might message you maybe a few times. Hey, I messaged you, hope everything's good, something like that. But if I still don't hear nothing from you, I'm the type that I'm going to back off, because I don't like to pry and I don't like to press, and, I don't want nobody to feel pressured, or, that's just me. And as a Libra, if I'm going through something, I disappear, because I don't want to be a Debbie Downer or a negative Nancy and rain on other people's parades. Like if somebody comes to me, hey, I graduated, I got a promotion, I this, I that. I'm happy for their great news, but because life is life, and for me, I'm not feeling it genuinely to be in a celebratory mood as I usually would be, because I'm dealing with my own stuff. So I will graciously tell them, oh, I'm happy, congratulations. But then I will make it short, because I know that I have to honor myself. I have to honor that I'm not in a happy mood or a good space or a good place or whatever life is throwing my way, right? But I do not want that to interfere with their great news. So I'm going to say, congratulations, this and that. And then after everything is rectified with me and good in Libra land, like, I will come back and be like, so, I want the details. You know what I'm saying? Now I am back in my normal state, you know what I'm saying, where I can engage with you. Because realistically, we all have to honor our capability, capacity, and ability to, take in other people's stuff, whether it's good or whether it's bad. It really does not matter. It's all about, your capacity, what you got room for right now and what you don't. Y'all know the saying, I got enough on my plate. That sort of thing. But realistically, there's just a lot of sayings that irk my soul, y'all. So many sayings that irk my soul. Blood is thicker than water. True and false. It's true because scientifically, blood's viscosity is thicker than water. However, without water, because the body is made up 70% of water, without water, blood could not flow. Therefore, blood clots, strokes, heart attacks, things of this nature would happen as a result of blood not properly flowing. And yes, it is thicker than water, but realistically, water is what keeps it flowing and moving smoothly throughout the body to where you don't have these, health issues, right? And then the falsity of it to me is, if you're like myself, where you was raised by a narcissist parent or parents, grandparents, whoever, and you're like the black sheep of the family because you see the toxicity, the dysfunction, you see the ass backwards thinking and moves, like they do one stupid thing just to turn around and do that same thing over and over and over. It's just insanity. And you see it, you point it out, they get mad, and it's just like all I'm doing is holding up a mirror. And I realized something about myself. I hold a mirror to everyone around me. Friends, co-workers, lover, family, it don't matter who they are. I hold up a mirror because I live my life on my terms. And I accept other people living life on their terms. As long as you respect my boundaries, we cool, we tight. But the moment you overstep, I'm going to check you like a Nike. The moment you overstep, I got to let you know. Cross the gun line, you know what I'm saying? You going to get shot like the movie Life. Cross the gun line, you get gunned down. You know what I'm saying? It'll be like the movie Harlem Nights where Eddie Murphy blew off that lady's toe. She she wrecked his ass. She was she was really squaring up with him. And he couldn't take it, getting knocked in the trash cans and crap. That was like the funniest scene of that movie to me. I guess because I'm the type that, just like Eddie Murphy warned her, stop, back up, I'll shoot your toe off. No, you won't. You ain't gonna bow. Oh, you motherfucker. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's funny to me. Just like in, they're actually remaking Star Wars 3, Return of the Sith. That came out in 2001 because I was a kid. I went to theaters with my uncle to see it. Great movie. They're remaking it. I don't know how I feel about the remake, but I don't know. I like Star Wars, and I like that particular one. That, out of all of them, is my favorite one because that's the one where Anakin, he got very prideful, arrogant, high and mighty. And Obi-Wan was like, don't do it, Anakin. Because Anakin was on low ground, Obi-Wan had the high ground. Anakin, oh, well, I learned from the teacher. You ain't got nothing on me. He tried to flip over Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan took out his what's that damn thing called? His saber, his Jedi sword, laser, whatever that damn thing is called. He took it out and was like, zoom, cut off both of his legs and his other arm. Mind you, he already got one arm cut off from the one Sith Lord that he fought. So you're already down an actual arm just to get your other arm and both your legs chopped off. Then after your limbs got chopped off, you landed by, I don't remember if it was lava or fire, but it was like something. It was really hot that he started catching fire because the heat was getting to him. And he's like, ah. And then next thing you know, the next scene, he's a tin can respirator. I am your father. Like, look here, Luke. Yeah, that may be your father, but he was messed up. That much I know. And I mean, that was just crazy, like the incest, because Luke kissed his sister, was liking his sister, Princess, whatever the fuck her name was. And it's been so long since I've seen Star Wars, but I do like it. All right. But look, if somebody gives you a warning, do not have the mindset of, oh, you ain't gonna do nothing. You did. Okay, because when they show you, you're going to end up like Darth Vader. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't want to end up like Darth Vader, then heed the warning. So that's why I don't feel bad for people. Because like in movies, when there's scenes of someone warning somebody, hey, you keep on, this is going to be the consequence. A person isn't warning you just to warn you. They are literally telling you that your actions have consequences. I don't know why people can't just listen to that and understand that. You know what I'm saying? But it shows a lack of self-awareness. It shows how prideful, how arrogant they live. This is how narcissists operate. You know, there are no consequences in their minds. This is why if they end up in jail or prison or they end up homeless and many other things, they are so shocked and so surprised. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, that's all I wanted to just come on here and talk about. I actually wanted to talk about more. I'll probably make a different, video or whatever. But I do want to fill y'all in on some things because we are in the year of 9, the snake year. This is the year of closure, of finality, where, I don't know about y'all, but in my experience, the past has been trying to come back. I mean, and it's crazy because they can't come back physically. They have no ability to call, text. They have no ability to message me on social media. If they do message me on social media or comment or something on social media, they are using a fake alias because they know that their government name, their real identity will be sent away. They will be blocked and deleted because I do not want you to anywhere in my experience moving forward. I have experienced you. It wasn't a great experience. There are billions of people on the planet, and these people know how to treat you the first time because people see your value. People know your worth. Some people just don't want you to know your value or your worth. So they want to come in and try to suppress it and dim your light. They want to hate on you because God chose you and not them. God blessed you with XYZ and not them. The whole time, you don't know what this individual has done and the work that they have done on their own minds and hearts behind the scenes, as well as just having a pure heart and good intentions from the very freaking start, just for somebody to come in and break their heart and gaslight them and play games and do this and do that. They didn't ask for none of that. So having to heal from narcissistic abuse or, the behaviors of sociopaths and psychopaths and things of that nature, or anyone that has a cluster B personality, that healing takes a minute. And so that's why I tell y'all, don't let nobody rush you or your healing. Nobody rushes. It doesn't matter if you go up to a flower and say, bloom, bloom, bloom. It's not going to bloom until it's ready to bloom. Okay? You can go tell a bee, pollinate a flower. It will pollinate that flower when that flower is really ready to be pollinated. Everyone's soul journey, we are on different levels in different places and spaces in our lives. And the most we can do is respect one another, respect each other's journeys. It doesn't matter if this person already has this amount of knowledge. There's always somebody else that is learning. All of my videos talking about narcissism is learning for other people who are waking up to the illusion. The rose-colored lenses are being removed. I'm not saying that how, we were treated by these narcissists and these psychopaths and sociopaths was, some people want to try to say, oh, well, that's your karma. That's not true. Oh, well, no. That's not true. What I believe to be true is God wants to strengthen you. And in order to strengthen you, you go through these types of people, because I feel like those people, they operate on demon time. Demon time as in they operate out of their lower chakras and their lower self. They are aware of it, but they have no ability to move past whatever, because not everybody has necessarily gone through childhood trauma. But one thing I can say, and I got this from a YouTuber that I was listening to earlier, the baby boomer generation definitely screwed up Gen X. And as a result, baby boomers also automatically fucked millennials. And Gen Z, they didn't have a damn chance, So I think, and this is just my opinion because it's not everybody, there's always empaths and the demons in every generation on every level, whether these are people at your job, your neighbors, I think I already said basically co-workers, family members. The hardest thing for people to do, because spanning back, the great generation, the silent generation, baby boomers, all of them have a traditional mindset that, well, that's my mom. It doesn't matter if she shits on me and spits in my face and punches me and just abuses me as her personal punching bag. I still have to be loyal. Not true. That is where we as millennials, generational curse breakers, the black sheep, star seeds, whatever you want to freaking call us, that is where we come in. Why? Because we are the generation of exposure. We are the healers. We are the ones who are just exposing it for what it is. It is time for God's people to rule this earth. And that is what is going on. And this is the last year of nonsense. The head shall be the tail, and the tail shall be the head. The first shall be last, and the last shall be first. Narcissists, they were the first, putting empaths last. Now, empaths are first, and the narcissists are becoming last. And as a result, they are imploding, exploding. They can't, with us having knowledge of their tools, their tactics, their way of thinking, the things that they do. I mean, come on. The playbook gets old, all right? They just are hoping you're stupid enough not to really figure them out. They need you more than you need them. You want to know how I know this? This is what I mean by the past is coming back. I haven't spoken to my mother since 2023. And the only reason I engaged with her then is because it was a teachable lesson for those of you out there who do not know. You think it was easy for me to go no contact? I would go no contact for like hours. Hours turned into days. Days turned into months. Months turned into a year. And then if I did respond back or we start talking, okay, well, now I got to start the process over again. But in each engagement, she showed me time and time again who she is. I have to stop being in denial. I have to stop being delusional and in the illusion that, well, family is everything. You're right. Family is everything. However, a lot of my family is not my blood. I have soul family. That soul connection with people you can't break it. It is like a glue, and it doesn't matter how mad a person gets. Y'all might say some things out of anger, this, that, and the third. That bond does not break. They do not just abandon you and go away. It doesn't make your behavior or your words less hurtful, harmful, or acceptable, but they are not going to give up on you because y'all are soul family. All right. And at the end of the day, you have to understand soul family from karmic family. Karmic family is here to teach you a lesson. These are the narcissists, the psychopaths, sociopaths, the cluster Bs who have harmed you, whether it was verbally abusing you, physically abusing you, financially. Domestic violence isn't just physical. It is on many different levels: emotional, mental, spiritual, financial. The physical, that's what most people see, and that's surface level. But I guarantee you, if, because sometimes, I'll be like, oh, my mom did this and she did that. But see, I thank God for the internet, because the internet allowed me to discover narcissism, to hear different, therapists like Dr. Romney and, Dr. Carmen Bryant, even though I kind of think she's a bit narcissistic. But just because, that's just like H.G. Tudor, diagnosed narcissist. I think he's either a psychopath or a sociopath too. Lee Hammock, diagnosed narcissist. What is done in the dark is coming to the light. And to me, they already know who they are, how they are. They are just hoping to hide it from you. But when you create a divine relationship with the Most High and you live the most honorable life that you could possibly live, you're going to make mistakes, okay? You're going to make mistakes. This goes for the people who fall into the baby mama, baby daddy culture. You made a mistake by procreating with this individual. The child is never a mistake. I want y'all to know that. The child is never a mistake. The mistake was the individual you created the child with. But if you're smart, like, okay, I'm not going to do this again. But if you're in an insanity loop or you're struggling, you're going to do it over and over again. And that's how some of these women out here ended up, with 5, 6 kids by multiple different men. Some of these men, I don't care what anybody says. I just feel like, look, you made these children. No child asked to be born. No child asked to be abused, to be unloved, to feel unworthy, to, any of that. So now there's a whole bunch of broken adults walking around thinking that they're fine, they're okay. A lot of them are undiagnosed. They don't even know that they're autistic. Like a spiritual whistleblower. She just came out and said that she recently learned that she has Asperger's, which is on the spectrum of autism. And that was because her baby boomer parents failed her. And, I know I would be pissed to go get diagnosed or whatever, and then I would come back as XYZ. I'd be like, what the, really? But it's an example of people knowing that they are not quite like everyone else. Narcissists know that they're not like regular people. They don't have the ability to love, to smile, to be joyful or happy like empaths are. It's just a lot. It's a lot, y'all. But anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I really wasn't trying to make it this long, but for those of y'all who enjoy listening to my videos, I hope y'all are good. I'm going to be rolling these videos out. I had to take me a break. I was dealing with my stuff, so y'all be good. Y'all stay narcissist free. And I love y'all. Keep healing. Keep going. All right? Peace. Positive energy always creates elevation. Bye.